Another weekend of gun violence stretched across the city, and the number of those killed continues to rise, with 19 homicides now in Portland in just the first 2 months of the year.
Lieutenant Shepard says with 1 week to go in February, 15 people have been killed in more than 200 shootings across Portland. To put that in perspective, there were 182 shootings in the first 2 months of last year, and only 89 in the first 2 months of 2020.
An op-ed in the Washington Examiner notes that the city's murder rate has increased 2,000%. That is sad. And says, quote, "This is what happens when people who are tasked with actually running a city embrace ridiculous ideologies to please activists. I would say that Portland residents deserve better, but this is the leadership they chose for their city."
The spike in violence in Portland is leading the mayor of that city to request $2 million in police funding after slashing the police budget just last year.
Clearly, in all of the calls to defund the police, they rush to defund without replacing it with anything. This idea that suddenly taking money away from the police and putting it into these programs, in many cases nebulously defined, that all of a sudden tomorrow, 24 hours later, we're going to get rid of all of the problems that we had a fully funded police force to begin with. That obviously doesn't work that way.
Turn off the lights.
That's like an automatic weapon.
Mayor Lightfoot saying some retailers are not doing their part to protect their own stores.
I'm disappointed that they're not doing more to take safety and make it a priority. For example, we still have retailers that won't institute plans like having security officers in their stores, making sure that they've got cameras that are actually operational.
But the mayor and others saying there also has to be greater accountability for those caught committing crimes.
We have to make sure that we don't allow our city to be torn up.
You can hire 20 or 30 more security guards, but when they lock them up and they put their name on that piece of paper to prosecute, and that offender's back on the street at that store the next day threatening them security guards, it means nothing. This is a ripple effect. You throw a pebble in the water, and the ripple effect is criminals know they'll be back on the street. If we're not getting ahead of it in our judicial system, we're not going to fix it on the streets, and our mayor knows that.